Hello, everyone. This is Rick with the Cyber Pro podcast, where industry leaders share their insights. 5 questions in about 9 minutes. The hackers never sleep. Let's get to it. Question number one: who are you and what do you do?
Thanks, Rick. I'm Amit Modi. I'm the Chief Technology Officer and Chief Information Security Officer at Movius. And we are in secure business communications, serving a lot of enterprises around the world, in particular, a lot of regulated enterprises like financial services.
So I'm going to throw an extra question in right away because you have two distinct different roles. This show and that. Tell me how those roles interact with each other, but how they differ a little bit.
Yeah, I'll start with the differ part first, and that makes the job the most fun, Rick. And because if you really see CTO, I have to drive the product forward, I have to evangelize, I have to vision like what the next upcoming trends are going to be. So it's about driving and doing breakthrough stuff. On the other hand, my information security head kind of puts as a checks and balance, right? Like while I'm driving that agenda, I need to make sure that I don't compromise and we don't compromise on the information security, data privacy, and really driving that balance makes it fun. So, those are the different aspects. The good news is, and where they both streamline, is at the end of the day, the right balance of those two things together help drive the right outcome for our customers, which is why we are here to serve them well.
That's great. Thank you for that illumination on the two different roles. So, why do you love being both a technology and a cybersecurity professional and leader?
Yeah, I think it's a multitude of factors. Like I'll first start with the external factors first. The market, if you see, is fast progressing on both of those fronts, right? There's breakthrough innovation happening in pretty much every area, and at the same time, with the continuous increase in connectivity and just plethora of endpoints, right? Security is being pushed more and more because you have a much wider threat vector and you have got a lot more attack surfaces now. So, one, it's just fascinating in terms of what's out there. Second, it presents a huge opportunity to create innovation and create disruption, right? So, that's always exciting. And thirdly, our customers, they are really grappling with these two things also, right? So it's just great to be in conversations with them, understanding their challenges from both perspectives, and then just trying to come with the right outcomes for them. So it's the external piece that drives me and motivates me the most. And then that leads to being able to work with a great team across both of those functions and disciplines.
So, let's pivot into what the world thinks of when they think of cybersecurity. They think it's a top concern, but what does that mean to you?
Yeah, and I'll sort of drive home a little bit to what our core underpinning is, Rick. From our perspective, we are about secure business communications. We are about mobility and mobile first offering. So if you look from those two lenses, really the endpoints are extrapolating these days. And with IoT on the forefront, there are a lot more connected endpoints. They could be mobile, they could be laptops, desk phones, IoT devices, robots, AR, VR, everything is getting connected. So, from our perspective, what it means is how do we provide those mission critical, business critical communications, but at the same time, we do it in a manner where customers and the end user can trust us. It's zero trust, it's secure, it's at the edge as well as at the cloud, it's secure end to end. And none of the information is leaked. And at the same time, for me as an end user consumer, it still offers a separation between personal and work, right? Even though all those things are happening on the same endpoint. So that's what it means to us and to me from a cybersecurity standpoint. And we are looking to accomplish and address that.
So let me add another bonus question because I'm very curious about this. What have you seen has been the evolution of the communication that we're currently in, where we came from, especially before COVID, and where we're going now that we're kind of coming back away from that work remote, not really work, we're still there, but what do you think that evolution is looking like?
Yeah, so I think on two vectors. So, first, in terms of the infrastructure itself, it used to be very sort of on prem centric. to now cloud centric, centralized. But now, as I look out in the horizon, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, it's going to be more and more decentralized and distributed, right? So more peer-to-peer communication as opposed to client-server communication. Sort of, if you think about the blockchain and crypto concepts, right? But you bring that to communications, that's something I see happening. From a human behavior standpoint, pre-COVID, most of us were tethered unless our jobs required to be on the go. But now with COVID and post COVID, we know that we can work and operate anywhere, really, as long as you've got internet connectivity, you've got a decent device, and you've got your business tools and apps, you can work from anywhere. That has been proven. The key is, can you work from anywhere securely, which is very, very important, right? And that's the fundamental shift that has happened now, where customers and everybody is thinking, yes, I've enabled this productivity boost, but how do I ensure that my security is not compromised and my data that is critical to the firm is kept whole and the integrity is not compromised?
That's a phenomenal undertaking, I'm sure. So I'm sure you're super excited about where everything is going.
Yeah.
What insight do you want to share with other technology and cyber professionals?
Yeah, I think the first is an attitude to keep learning, because the pace is just too far. We can never sit on our laurels, always be on the lookout. There's so much happening in the industry, in the academia. So I think learning and having that attitude to learn is first and foremost. Second thing, I've come to realize that it's an ecosystem play. No one player can solve it all, but I think if we all collaborate constructively and we work together, I think together we can solve much bigger problems, right? So that ecosystem play is very important. And third is, keep your eyes and ears to your customers, and the more you talk to them and understand and assimilate their challenges, I think you'll be better focused in terms of how the solutions could look like in your own respective ways, right? So these are some of the key takeaways, right, that I
Fun question. Final question. What's your favorite piece of retro technology that just makes you smile?
can I use two, Rick? Like, so
Please,
one,
please.
one that comes to mind, and it's fascinating. You'll see. Actually, this pen, like, or a fountain pen, it's gonna soon become a retro technology because of all the digitization. And I personally still love to write, and I love fountain pen. So that just brings me to smile, that whether the writing or the art of calligraphy will still exist or not. And then the second is, it's more on the music side. I'm a big fan. I I listen sometimes to the old cassettes and the tapes, and they make me smile, because it's just from how far we have come in terms of being able to consume content wherever we wish. So these are my two that bring smile to me. Right.
Great. And thank you so much for being on the Cyber Pro podcast.
It's my pleasure, Rick.
Thank you for watching the Cyber Pro podcast. Please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you following so you can get all the cool new updates.